So today we will continue with next topic. So this is your video 2. So we will see what are the various fields. Okay, so the topic is career opportunities. In that we will see what are the various fields as a nurse you can work. Okay, so we know that as nurses we can work in the hospitals, then we can work in the clinic, offices, nursing homes, hospice care. So when we say hospice care, so usually we have the terminally ill patients. Okay, so here palliative care will be given, spiritual needs of the patient will be met, and making sure that alleviation of any signs and symptoms that the patient is undergoing, because we know that we cannot treat the patient completely. Example, it can be like the last stage of cancer, 4 stages of metastasis. There is no assurity that the patient will be free from cancer, okay, will recover fully, but giving palliative care. Okay, so that is called as hospice care. Then schools, as school nurse we can work. Cruise ships, in the ships, okay, we can have a nurse, we can work as a nurse. Military nursing, helicopters, again when they go for fight, okay, so nurse can also be there in order to treat the hurt soldiers. Industrial nurse, okay, so we can work in industry. Wellness centers, so many centers are there now, so we can work even in wellness center. Public health offices, then home health care agencies. So when I say hospitals, it can be in government hospital, or it can be in a private hospital. And then you can also work in primary health center as a community health nurse. Okay, next we will go to kinds of career opportunities that are available. So when we say there are multitude of specialities to choose from, including, so we will see. So when you work in a hospital, there are again a multiple different wards or areas where you want to work. So whichever area you choose, that will give you a number of experience. So you cannot keep switching from one area to another area also. It is good that we don't opt to work in OPD, OPD where you will have general shift, but there's nothing that you can learn, or the scope of working in OPD is very less, outpatient department, except of what we will do, we will just check the vital signs. Whenever patient comes, you just check the temperature, pulse, respiration, and then blood pressure, and the doctor will see whether the patient can be admitted or not. But there is a scope when you work in the casualty and emergency department. Okay, so not in OPD, but you can still work if you are not planning just to be an OPD nurse. Just you need if it is a government hospital, it is okay, well and fine, because you will be paid well and there is no plan for you to fly abroad. Okay, but then if you work in specialized areas, that has got more scope than the OPD. Okay, so when we say the area where you can work is casualty and emergency department, so right, any patient who comes with any critical illness, so first they will be brought to the casualty, they will check the vital signs again, and then they will do sometimes the first aid. For example, if there is a accident, immediately the person is brought into the casualty and then first aid is given to the person. Emergency department, again any emergency cases that is required, okay, where you have the patients and you require skills again to take care of the patient. So that is one of the area. Then you have medical surgical area. Okay, so here you can also see as medical surgical ward, okay, where care for a variety of illness, medical illness as well as surgical patients will be taken care of. When we say critically ill or critical care unit, so you have intensive care unit, you have different intensive units or critical care units, so where the critically ill patient according to their age, okay, so all different ages group can also be treated in the critical care. So when I say NICU, you know that, so neonatal department, you have only neonates, which are newborn having congenital anomaly or low birth weight. Okay, and then you have pediatric, so you know that it is care of children for about the age of 12 years. Okay, and then you have labor and delivery, so care of mothers before, during and after delivery. Then geriatrics, care of elderly patients who are sick or injured patients of old age. Then you have neurology, we know it is nervous system department, any illness that is related to central nervous system, that is brain and the spinal cord. Okay, so the patients will be admitted in the neurology, so we can work in neurology wards or in the department of neurology. Orthopedic, we know that there is any injury or disease that is related to muscles and bones. Usually you have the patients admitted here in the orthopedic ward. So same day surgery, post anesthesia care, recovery room. So these are all the same name that is given for post anesthesia or recovery room. So soon after the surgery, for example, if the patient has been shifted from surgical ward to the operation theatre, then the OT nurse will take over about the full details about the patient. Okay, and then you will have to shift the patient to the theatre. So if you are a OT nurse, so you will take over all the details of the patient, and then you will shift the patient to the operating room. So once in operating room, after the surgery is over, the patient will not be given directly to surgical ward, but instead the patient will be kept in the post anesthesia recovery room. So here the patient will be kept to assess and monitor if the patient has recovered from anesthesia. So vital signs recording and the response of the patient will be expected, okay, after the surgery. So they will keep until the patient has recovered from the anesthesia, and only then the patient will be shifted to the surgical wards with appropriate observation that has been done for the patient, knowing that the patient is stable and does not require any immediate attention. Okay, so that's the reason we have recovery room. So you have nurses also who will take care of the post-operative patients, and thereafter the patient will be shifted to the ward. Okay, sometimes after surgery they will prefer private ward, or they can go to the same surgical ward. So the patient will be shifted there. So in this case, we have to make sure that the rooms are also kept ready for them, okay, to receive the patient. So make prior arrangement and then shift the patient. Next you have cath lab. Okay, so cath lab is a place where actually we do all the procedures like BMV is done, balloon mitrovalvectomy, or you have stents insertion. Okay, then you have all the valves correction that is done, or cardiac catheterization is done. Okay, then we do the test angiogram, cardiac angiogram, to see how well the arteries are, if there is any block placed. Based upon this only they will decide whether the patient has to undergo CABG. Okay, so all these conditions to assess the arteries, okay, the blood supply to the heart, or if there is any blockage will be identified, and all the procedures, also invasive procedures of the heart, okay, will be done in the cath lab. So you can work as a cath lab nurse. But when you work as a cath lab nurse, again, yes, it is good to work, but then radiations, you get exposed to the radiation. So accordingly they will give you a badge, and then you will have to wear the lead coat, and you have to wear a lead collar so that your thyroid gland does not get affected and the reproductive organs does not get affected. It can lead to infertility, or there are chances to develop cancer. Okay, so pregnant mothers usually should not work as cath lab nurse. So if you're working, then later after wedding, so you can take precautions that you don't work or expose yourself unnecessary to the radiations. So these are few points that you have to keep in mind when you work. Okay, but these are the areas, okay, where we can work. So don't write all this extra point. That is for your basic information, because after your third GNM, fourth BSc, you are ready to go and get connected, right, to work in the hospital. You are eligible to work in the hospital. So I'm giving you just general information too. Okay, OR, operating room, also is very good area to work. Okay, so yeah, so you have different operating room like cardiac. Ortho is always good for boys to work, bones. Okay, so you can work there. And then you have in the labor room again cesarean, gynec, respiratory, all medical, surgical, other cases, heart is separate. Okay, so you have different areas in OR. No more they say operation theatre. Okay, but nowadays they are using operating room, OR. Okay, so these are the various area where a nurse can work in the hospital. Next we will see what are the advanced education, okay, that has opportunities or options. So in abroad country, now even in India, right, so if you are studying, now you all are studying in Bangalore, so it is mandatory that you do the registration. So once when your exam is over, so you have to make sure that once your results are out, you make sure that you go and get registered yourself. Remember one thing, okay? So you have done your exam here, you have to do the registration here. As already I have mentioned in previous videos, if you go to work in Gujarat, or if you go to work in Kerala, or if you go to work in Tamil Nadu or West Bengal, it is important that you register that particular state again. Very important. So that is important. Whichever state you work, take the registration, because when you have to fly abroad also, they will ask you. For example, you worked in Karnataka for 6 years, okay, and you went to work for in your particular state, whichever state you are, except of Karnataka, okay. So you work there for 2 years, and now you are planning to fly abroad, so that 2 years will not be taken into account, okay, because you need the registration of that particular state. Okay, so yeah, so these are the various areas. So as I was talking about abroad, so there only you see all this advanced educational, okay. So when you add on to your education again, so if you have to go to abroad again, you have to do the registration, and that happens, you will be given a certificate of registered nurse after you get through the exam or you pass. So for USA you have to do NCLEX, okay, RN RM they say exam, and then you for Canada again you have CRN, their own exam, Canadian registered nurse exam. For if you are planning to fly to UK, then you require competency based test, CBT, okay. All western countries require IELTS, okay. You have to do English test or OET or TOEFL, okay. Mostly it is IELTS or the OET. Then if you are flying for Middle East, there is no, now AD exams are required. All the Middle East countries are asking for AD exams. So you can do that and go. There is no language test, but for Western you have to do language test as well as the nursing exam. Okay, so critical nurse specialist. So according to the specialization, when we see, you have clinical nurse specialist. So provides care to patients with complex illnesses or injuries, and often responsible for the continuing education of staff nurses. So mainly for staff nurses, when you work in abroad country, you have different even now in India they have made sure that they are giving nursing officer based upon the years of experience that you get, and this is followed in the government setup, okay. So injuries often or responsible for the continuing education of staff nurses. Next you have nurse practitioner, who diagnoses and treats a variety of patients. So nurse practitioner is mainly practiced in the abroad country. So the nurse has to decide based upon the complaints. She has to formulate the diagnosis, and then she has to provide care to the patient, okay. So that is nurse practitioner. So no need for a doctor. You diagnose, you treat a patient. Then research. So even in India we can get involved in various researches, so that we will be able to provide evidence based care to the patient. Then you have nurse midwives, okay. So midwives, we know that mother giving care for the labor patients before, during and after the delivery. Nursing professor, okay. So you know that they can teach student nurses in schools or colleges. Then you have nurse anesthetist, okay. So provides anesthesia to patients during surgical and non-surgical procedure. So nurse anesthetist, after your BSc or GNM, if you are interested in anesthesia, then there are colleges, okay, hospital setups which give diploma courses, okay, where you can become an anesthetist, and you are actually different. You act like an anesthetist, so you become an anesthetist. So as a nurse anesthetist, you can help the anesthetist, and you can act, and you will be mainly posted in the OR room, okay. So you will be in the operating room, you will be posted in the OR, and you will be assisting the anesthetist, and as per your experience you can also give anesthesia to the patient. So that scope also we have. So you also have as physician assistant, okay. So in Columbia and all, if you see, doctors will be having nurses as physician assistant, so that scope also is there, okay. So you can work as physician assistant also, okay. That is not given in your book, I mean in the slides, but you can add that point. Physician assistant also is a scope where you will be an assistant to a physician, okay, and you will be actually assisting him. So not much of the scope, but few abroad also take, but scope is very less. Okay, so these are the various scopes or the career opportunities that we have. So in this video we have mainly dealt with various fields where all you can work, and then the kinds of career that is available in the area of specialization, which all field you can work in a hospital, and then we have seen advanced education and options. Okay, so next tomorrow we will see another topic. All these are important, so please study and you might get it for 5 marks.